If you missed the last episode, you missed a banger. We had a fire draft for Season 1. I think we've got this franchise back on the right track. Welcome back, everybody, to the Colorado Rockies franchise. Here in today's episode, we will be getting through the entirety of Season number 1. But first things first, we got Chase Dollander's first ever Major League start. And those are his numbers down in the minor leagues, guys. Over 100 strikeouts, sub 500 record. Had a losing record down in the minors, but that's okay. We still like his stuff. We thought that he was producing at a very high level. So let's get this debut underway. First pitch, fastball, hitting 96 miles an hour. Kind of feeling him out a little bit there. Inside pitch, 96. Let's see what we dial up yet again. Just wanted to see if he's going to be able to handle that Chase Dollander fastball. Same location, literally the same pitch. 0-2 count. Look at the slide piece. Same level as the two straight fastballs. Kiner Falefa was way out in front of it. That is Chase Dollander's first ever Major League strikeout. That comes at the hands or the bat of Isaiah Kiner Falefa. Look at that, way out in front of the slider. 3-2 pitch here, and whoa, a curveball. Nick Gonzalez is going to go down swinging. That is two batters faced, two strikeouts for Chase Dollander. 5 inches of break on that curveball. 0-1 pitch here to Brian Reynolds. Line drive right back to Oswaldo Cabrera at third base. And that will do it for the first inning for the Pirates. Chase Dollander, 1-2-3 inning. So 3 batters faced, 2 strikeouts, and a line drive out. Love to see it. All right, let's get into the bottom of the first here. Tovar is going to beat out an infield single. Andrew Heaney is undefeated on the regular season, which is crazy. He's looking to keep that roll going here against our Rockies. So far, so good for Andrew Heaney. Dollander's got Oneil Cruz in a 2-2 count and a curveball. Outside curveball. Nips the strike zone. Strike 3. That is 3 strikeouts now for Dollander. He is dialing them up. 0-2 pitch here to Joey Bart, and he is going to go down on strikes. Another inside fastball hitting 95 plus. Look at the location here. And before it's too late, like, Bart had no other decision other than to try to check his swing, and no dice for him. Little ground ball here to Tovar. Nice play. Close play. But able to get the runner. Endy Rodriguez. That'll do it for the second inning. So 6 batters up. 6 batters put down by Chase Dollander. 3-2 pitch here. And there is Palacios. He's going down on strikes. 5 strikeouts now for Dollander. Has not given up a walk or a base hit. Tolia. Little flip here to Dollander, and he had to play outfielder. Had to play outfielder right here to make that catch and find the bag. So nice athletic play from Chase. But that will be the first walk given up. And it will be IKF next batter up. And that is a fly ball to left field. And Nolan Jones is out there. Kiner Falefa for 2 against Chase Dollander. All right, let's jump here to the top of the 4th. We've got Brian Reynolds. Breaks up the no-hitter. I know it might be a little early thinking about that stuff, but 1 down in the 4th inning. And Chase has been looking real good so far. But Brian Reynolds, always a very tough hitter. Slider, good pitch to handle. He's going to take off running, but Hunter Goodman's got him. Goodbye. That's a way to help out your pitcher, especially with Oneil Cruz in the batter's box. You got to get runners off base with a guy like that. 3-1 pitch here to Cruz. That'll be the second walk given up by Dollander here as Cruz is now at first base. That definitely helps that Brian Reynolds is not at second, because he definitely would have scored right here, and Cruz looks like he's going to score from first all the way to home. Here comes the relay throw from Hilliard to Estrada, back to Goodman. Not going to be in time. Cruz is too fast. Joey Bart comes through. Opposite field approach on the slider. Then we got to base it here to left fielder, Nolan Jones. Here comes the throw. That's going to be way on time. Joey Bart is absolutely gunned at home plate. But he does come through to give the Pirates the lead here on 3 hits, all in that inning. Let's jump to the bottom of the 4th. We've got Hunter Goodman striking out. Andrew Heaney now has 6 strikeouts, so he's matching Chase Dollander pitch for pitch. Tovar, you scored in the last inning. Pittsburgh will score this inning. 394. Giving the fans a little souvenir on Chase Dollander debut day. That's like triple D's. Dollander debut day. Tovar with a solo shot off of Haney. We are all tied up 1-1. Top 5. Striking him out again. Another K. 6 strikeouts for Dollander. However you want to slice and dice it. It's either Dollander is matching Haney or Haney is matching Dollander. But now Dollander's got 7 strikeouts. He's cruising. He's cruising right now. 2-2 pitch. Base hit. Unfortunately. That sucks. Because now we're starting to get into some territory where maybe pitch count is going to matter. Energy level for Chase is getting down a little bit. We got to get an easy out. An easy out. What in the world was that? Tovar completely whiffed on the ground ball. That's not a way to help out your rookie pitcher. That is a terrible, terrible spot. Because now you got to put all the pressure on him. Here is a fly ball to center field. Doyle is underneath it. He's got it. Thankfully, Dollander works out of a jam. He hasn't really been able to showcase that ability to work out of those jams until that point. So that's kind of nice to see as we move forward the rest of the season. Because he's going to be entrenched as a starter. So we got to see how he's going to do here. Back-to-back base hits for the Rockies. We got Nolan Jones at second after a single. Estrada's got a single as well. Nobody down here as well. Huge spot for the Rockies against Andrew Haney to break this thing open. Here's a line drive way back to right field, and oh man, Cole Young apparently got to get in the weight room just a little bit. That was a good pitch to hit, drove it, but that'll still get a job done. You moved over Nolan Jones to third base, but Brenton Doyle, 1-2 count, can't beat out the double play ball. Cabrian Hayes turns it from third. Around the horn they go. It's a double play, and Rockies cannot capitalize with a runner in scoring position to take the lead, no less. That was a huge spot for us. Let's go top 6th. We got Lucas Gilbreth now in relief. He's giving up a base hit here. Here's Cruz. Line drive, caught by Tovar. Flip over to back first. Totally is not there to cover. Wouldn't have gotten him out anyway. Joey Bart coming up, striking out. Nice slide piece by Lucas Gilbreth. Hopefully we can get out of this inning. 0-1 pitch here. Pass ball, wild pitch, whatever you want to call it. It's going to get Reynolds over to second base. That's not a good spot here for Colorado. Let's see if we can clutch up here on a 2-2 to Rodriguez. Base hit to right field. Here comes Hilliard. He's got to come up with a strong throw. Here it is, and it looks like it's on time. It's out. No, he scored. What? Hunter Goodman must have dropped the ball. Oh, my goodness. It was a perfect throw. Had him dead to rights. He was out. And then the ball popped out. Unbelievable. Hunter Goodman can't handle it. Pirates take the lead 2-1. 1-2 pitch here to Palacios. We get him out. So now it's up to the Rockies offense here to come through against Andrew Haney yet again. He's still out there just dealing in the bottom of the 6th. That's a deep drive to center field. Goodman just missed it. Unbelievable. If we were just a little bit earlier, I feel like we would have had enough power to get that into the left field seats. But after that out, that long line drive out, Haney's day is done. Shelton comes out there, the manager, and we're going to be calling on Carmen Malzinski. Here he comes, 4-0 this season. He's got to go get Tovar, who's had a good game thus far. Here's a line drive, base hit to center field, right center field gap, actually. He's going to go for 2. Should get in there standing up. Maybe thought about third if there was any other center fielder out there. If Cruz was not out there, probably would have tried to go for third. Here's Michael Tolia. Check swing. They're going to say he went. Tolia cannot handle the Malzinski slider. That's going to lead us to a 1-2 count here to Hilliard with 2 outs, and he strikes out. The pitch was way too close to take, and Malzinski comes through. Pittsburgh still hanging on to that 2-1 lead. Top 7th. Here's Kiner Falefa. Deep drive to Hilliard in right field. He's got that one. So we'll turn it over here to the bottom of the 7th. See if the Rockies can get a little bit of a comeback. Wouldn't it be nice to have a little walk-off? Maybe spoilers ahead on Chase Dollander debut day. That'd be kind of cool. David Bednar here in the bottom of the 7th. Faced off against Oswaldo Cabrera. He's got him to fly out. He's going to get Nolan Jones to strike out. This is a guy that we wanted to go get. He's had a really bad year. Upwards of a 5 ERA. Here's a deep drive by Tyra Estrada. Foul ball. Ouch. Let's see if Estrada can straighten it out just a little bit. Maybe work on the timing. Ground ball here to short. And that's bobbled by Kiner Falefa. Estrada is going to be safe. Way to beat it out. Kiner Falefa might have had just a little bit of a bad hop, a little bad exchange, but we'll take that. Here's Cole Young. Opportunity here for him. 0-0 pitch. Fly ball to center field. Is it going to fall? Nope. Oneil Cruz has too much speed, and that'll do it for the end of the inning. Now we turn our attention here to Jake Bird. 61 games so far this season. A pretty respectable ERA. However, 0-2 pitch to Nick Gonzalez. Got him swinging with the Chase Dollander breaking stuff inside, but not for Jake Bird. 458 on the distance. Exit velo, almost 108 miles an hour. Next batter up is Brian Reynolds. Deep drive to left field at the wall. Nolan Jones can't make the catch. Not quick enough to get out there to the wall in time, and Brian Reynolds hits his 19th of the season. It's back-to-back home runs. We do get an out on the next batter. However, Joey Bart comes up with one down. 1-2 pitch. Again, another two-strike pitch, and we can't get the guy out. Joey Bart goes center field. 458. Yet almost another 460 tater. I mean, it's brutal out here. So 3 home runs in the inning. Makes it a 5-1 game for Pittsburgh. Brenton Doyle here in the bottom of the 8th draws a walk. He'll then promptly get a stolen base, which is awesome to see. If you're going to go ahead and hit me, I'll take second base. We'll also go ahead and take third. Get down. Safe. Perfect. We're down by 4 runs. We need all of the extra 90 feet that we can take. So 2-2 pitch here to Goodman. Oh, what a catch. What a play. Brian Hayes just takes it away. Tovar comes up with a man at third and one down, and here comes a throw from Oneil Cruz. Not going to be in time, but it was very, very close. Very, very close. Cruz with that cannon of an arm. Luckily, we got an extra run out of that, but that's all we're going to get in the bottom of the 8th. So we got our last chance now. Dennis Santana comes into the bottom of the 9th. Here's a deep drive by Sam Hilliard. That's going to be off the wall. Could have been a solo shot, but we'll get into second base here with a leadoff double. Perfect opportunity here for our Rockies, but we got to find a way here. Any way that you can. Deep drive from Oswaldo Cabrera. Is it going to be enough? It looks like it could get out of there at the warning track. You got to be kidding me. At the freaking warning track. Luckily, we're able to move Hilliard over to third. Nolan Jones comes up, ground ball, base hit up the middle. That's going to do a job. I'm good with that now. I'm good with this. 5-3, 2-run ball game. Tying run coming to the dish. And we're going to pinch hit for our own version of Anthony Rendon. Guy who's stealing a bunch of money from our payroll. It's Chris Bryant hitting 187 off the wall. Could have been a 2-run shot to tie the game. However, we're going to send Nolan Jones from first to home. He's going to score. It's 5-4 with Chris Bryant at second base. The game-tying run at second. The walk-off win here coming to the plate. And it's going to be right-hander Colin Holderman. Across 53 games, he's got a 1-9 record. I think we can take this guy. We got a lefty, Cole Young, against the right-hander. Here's a ground ball to shortstop. Can't. Oh, he bobbled it again. He bobbled it again. Nice base running there by Chris Bryant, not going to third base. That would have been disaster. But now we got ourselves in a great spot here. We got the top of the order. 1, 2, 3. We got Doyle coming up. He's 0 for 3 today. 1-2 pitch here coming up from Holderman, and he offers at the fastball. The cut fastball, high and a little bit out, strike 3. 2-2 pitch coming up here to Hunter Goodman. He's trying to be the hero, and he can't make contact. Inside sinker, he'd been giving that to us pretty heavy in that at-bat. Goodman thought that it was in the strike zone. It was not, and that's your ball game. So Dollander saddled with the no decision, but man, he pitched great. I thought he pitched awesome. We had a great game from Ezekiel Tovar. Had a good game from Nolan Jones, 2 for 4 with an RBI. Gilbreth saddled with a tough luck loss. I think Jake Bird kind of really screwed us up in that game, but normally I'm not okay with losing, guys. I hate losing, but you know what? We're the Rockies. This is just the way it's going to be. I got to go back to the Chase Dollander game, though. 7 strikeouts across 5 innings pitched. I mean, that's a pretty darn good debut. I mean, it's not up there with one of the greatest debuts of all time, but you know what? For Rockies history, I think that that's a pretty darn good one. Now, as we simulate further guys, Emerson Hancock, a new Colorado Rocky, pitched very, very well in one of his first games since the trade deadline. We're going to keep on simming here. Dollander, yet again, pitched very well across 5 1/3 innings pitched. So I like what I'm seeing from Chase Dollander here already in the early going of his major league career. We're going to jump into this one, though, here. Bottom 9th, down 2-1. Brenton Doyle, maybe first pitch hacking against Tanner Scott. You bet. 98 miles an hour. We're going to send it out to the right field seats. That baby's gone. That's a walk-off home run. Love to see that. Got to beat up on the Dodgers every now and then, right? This is good for baseball. Little underdog team gets a nice little walk-off win. Maybe they're in the chase for the NL West. And the Diamondbacks are playing well. The Padres. It's a very competitive NL West, but you know what? Anytime you can take a W away from the Dodgers, I think that that's a good game, right? So Brenton Doyle also went 0 for 3 up until that point. So kind of shows you how things might have been able to change in that last game against the Pirates. He was 0 for 3 heading into this at-bat, and then he walked it off. So which one would I rather have? Probably the walk-off win with Chase Dollander's debut. That's probably the one that I would have swapped that out for. So in the month of August, it's been a little bit better of a month for us. A lot of losses towards the tail end of the month, though. So we're kind of getting a little cold in that sense. But as we get ready to simulate the month of September, we're just looking across our 40-man roster just to kind of get a feel for who do we want to call up to get to 28, right? You get 2 players that you can call up on your 26-man roster. And I honestly think that Drew Romo has been really progressing nicely. He's up to a 66. He's got the B potential now, which was pretty cool to see. His potential's gone up. I think that that was cool. We don't normally see that. At least I don't normally see it in MLB The Show. So that was kind of a nice surprise. So yeah, he's going to be one of our guys to call up. I think Jacob Stallings at this point with 1 month left of play here in the regular season kind of is diminishing returns at that point. I don't think I'm going to bring Stallings back. So let's go ahead and call up Drew Romo, give him some more playing time here in this month of September and see what he's got. It's like an extended spring training at that sense. We'll also call up Jake Woodford. I think you guys saw all of that. So Rockies will get a loss here against the Miami Marlins. We will get a victory there 7-2. We get the Angels coming to Denver for a 3-game set. We got Hancock, Woodford, and I don't know who the starter is for Sunday, I should say, but we do get a W against the Angels here. Offense was a little stagnant there. We only had 1 RBI. We beat them 1-0, but again, Hancock was really good. 5 2/3 innings pitched. I think he's going to be a mainstay, man. It just depends on how next year goes, honestly. So, you know, we'll keep tabs on Emerson Hancock. Maybe he has a really good year next year. That'd be nice to see. So as we're nearing the end of the season, you guys know that MLB The Show with minor league stats, they refresh them. They don't keep those historically, so I'm kind of just giving you a little bit of a scroll just to see how everybody performed. And Yanquiel Fernandez, I'm very high on that guy. Did very, very well down at AAA this season. Zach Veen seeing some nice progression there too at a 64 overall now. And just some other guys that I'm kind of looking at here from AAA. Owen Miller, you know, maybe he probably should have been called up to the major leagues this season, but I think that that's all right. Unfortunately for AA, the stats have been reset. So AA playoffs have already started. I didn't catch this in time. I apologize to you guys for that, but I guess what we could look at is some progression. I mean, Brando Maeda, the guy that we acquired in the Jose Quintana and Scott Alexander trade with the New York Yankees, he's actually doing well with a lot of progression. Cameron Eden's up to a 65. He's seen a lot of progression too across many of his attributes. So I'm excited about these 2 outfielders. Really looking forward to watching them grow and potentially, maybe being a bench guy. Maybe Brando Maeda could be a starter at some point down the road. See, potential always brings some risk to that, some 50-50-ness to it, but we'll just continue to follow him along the way. Had some nice progression with some of our AA pitchers there. I don't really see anybody that's gonna take a job from somebody down the road. I think we're just going to have to continue to draft well and scout well and reestablish some of those pitching roles. Now, for the AAA pitchers, you got Jaden Hill. Actually performed very, very nicely. I'm impressed with him. And you see some of our relievers there. I think we got some young guys in here. I like Seth Halverson. He's actually with the Rockies in real life. Got a big fastball. You've seen him in gameplay here. Got the outlier quirk as well. Can hit upwards of 100. So he's very, very valuable, but that deep potential kind of hurts him in this franchise series. Maybe eventually we can maybe up that if you guys are cool with it, depending on performance, right? All right, well, that's for another day. That's another topic for another day. So last game of the year, we're doing some simulations, some critical situation here happening, and we currently have the bases loaded as Waldo Cabrera line drive there to shortstop Willie Adames. We're going to call on Cole Young here to break the tie. 3-3, top of the 8th, and Cole Young delivers. Base hit here. He's actually going to go for 2, extend this inning out even further. We've got men on second and third base now. We still got an opportunity here to take this one away from the Giants and get more runs tacked on and really solidify this game 162 W. And we're going to do just that. Tyler Kinney will go ahead and shut this thing down. We win our last game of 2025 in semi-dramatic fashion, and it was off the bat of Cole Young. That's really awesome to see, man. Really awesome to see. Tyler Kinney's got 40 saves. That's the first time he's ever done that in his career, and I think he'll always remember 2025, at least in Pixel Land. Chris Bryant had a nice game too, 3 for 4, 3 RBIs. Adael Amador had a base hit, 1 for 4. Looks like he had a single. Cole Young a double, Chris Bryant a double. No real power to speak of, no home runs, but Dollander actually was the guy that started in game 162, and he fared pretty all right. I'm not going to rake him over the coals for that performance in that game. 3 earned runs against a good team like the Giants, playoff team like the Giants. I think that kid's got a bright future ahead of him. So I'm excited about 2026, excited about the offseason, guys, getting into that. And before we do that, before we do a little preview of that, let's talk about the standings. So we were one of the worst teams in the league, as expected. The Marlins were 60-102. And just wait till you see the White Sox. Okay, just wait till you see the White Sox. We got the Mariners here in second place in the West, so they unfortunately did not make the postseason with Kyle Farmer and Ryan McMahon, 2 guys that we traded to them in hopes that they would get there. But the White Sox, 54-108. I was thinking the way that some of our season was going, I thought that we might be worse than that. We had a big losing streak in a couple of months, so it wasn't looking pretty, but I think with some of our young guys that we called up and with some injuries mixed into there, second half of the season was a lot more kind to us than the first half. So awards winners, we got Kyle Bradish win the AL Cy Young, Tarek Skubal in second place, DeGrom had a renaissance type season to come back, Zach Wheeler winning it in the NL. Batting title going to Shohei Ohtani, and very surprising that Xavier Edwards was up there. Like, I know he can hit for average, but that was kind of crazy. And then we got the batting title there for J-Ram. Griffin Jacks winning AL Reliever of the Year, Porter Hodge with 45 saves, but that ERA is what really, really pushed him over the top. You had Tanner Scott with 50 saves. Griffin Conine duking it out there with Roki Sasaki for NL Rookie of the Year, but he was able to win that. And then Colson Montgomery beating out Kobe Mayo for AL Rookie of the Year. And I thought about actually trading for Kobe Mayo, just knowing that I was potentially going to get rid of Ryan McMahon. And of course, in real life, the news that he was a little upset that they kept moving him down to the minor leagues. I was like, you know what? Kobe Mayo might be kind of nice in Colorado. Might be kind of cool. But either way, did not make the move, as you guys can deduce. But we did win a Gold Glove with Tyro Estrada. Unfortunately, did not win one with Brenton Doyle, but I don't know how he didn't. He had more putouts, way more assists, and he didn't make a single error in the outfield. He should have won his back-to-back-to-back Gold Glove award in center field. So, you know what? Them's the breaks, I guess. So as we head into the offseason, guys, we need to fix up this offense. Average, doubles, hits in general. Triples, we were all right. Triples, we were okay. We were 12th in the majors. But home runs, those were a little shaky too, 23rd. We did not drive in a bunch of people. We were 30th in RBIs, 27th in stolen bases. And with walks, We actually drew a couple of walks there, 17th. So, yeah, and we struck out a ton. We're 30th in strikeouts. So we got a lot of work to do on this offense. This offense was abysmal. Slugging percentage also 30th. On base percentage 29th. So whatever you want to call it, however you want to break this season down, offense, pitching, it was just all bad. It was all bad. Now I'm going to show you this to you guys before we get into free agency in the next episode. So I'm going to talk a little bit about kind of my plan as you guys see some of the statistics rolling through here for some of our guys. I'm not going to cover every single player here, but I kind of wanted you just to get an idea of who did what. You know, Tovar, 21 bombs, 272, only had 5 stolen bases chipped in. But my vision for this team is, again, to reinvest in the pitching. We did a lot of that in the draft. So that's going to be kind of cool to see how those young pitchers are going to progress. But going into this offseason and kind of reapproaching, how are we going to restructure this lineup? What are we going to do to that bullpen? Like, that's a big piece too. So I think prioritizing our tasks, we need some power. We need a guy that's going to get on base. So whether that's 2 players or 1 player, I don't know if I'm going to go after like a superstar. I don't think that makes a lot of sense. But if the deal's right, if the interest is there, just based on what we know, how this new free agency mode is going to work, right? I think we got to open up our eyes a little bit, open up the doors a little bit, because we might need to have to overspend as well. We are Colorado, so we have to consider that as well. Just enough to get somebody in here that can help turn the narrative, that change the narrative around a little bit, that we're not going to be resting on our failures. Like, we want to change the persona of this franchise, that we're trying to make this thing better. So if you want to be a part of it, come on board. We'll pay you for the first couple seasons that are going to be bad again. But there's some question marks with the current build of this team. Like Nolan Jones, love the arm, 99 arm, but that reaction is so bad. I moved him out to right field too, and it was still an adventure. So his reaction is really costing him. So he might be a future designated hitter down the road for us. But yeah, pitching staff, we reinvested into that with our young guys. We're going to focus on finding an ace here in our off season. Might even have to trade for a bat and sign a bat as well. So it's going to be a big off season for us. So you don't want to miss that episode coming next. Now, as we go ahead and we advance in the playoffs, the New York Yankees, we have a rematch, the Yankees and the Dodgers, and it went to a game number 7. The Yankees will get the W, but for the most part, looks like pretty familiar faces, pretty familiar teams making the postseason here in 2025. And unfortunately, I don't think anybody won that World Series, with the Yankees and the Dodgers facing off against each other yet again. Jazz Chisholm, Will Smith, postseason MVPs for both leagues respectively. And then Cody Bellinger winning World Series MVP as well. Forgot to mention that. Now, for our offseason as we move ahead, Bud Black is no longer here. He is retired. His contract is up, but actually, spoiler alert, I didn't see him in the slow scroll of all the managers that are available for hire. So he's gone. He's donezo's. He retired. So the Rockies do have a managerial opening, which means we're probably going to have to get rid of all the staff too. We can't promote within, which would be kind of a cool addition if MLB The Show is listening to that. Now, before we get into that, some familiar names here retiring. We got Max Scherzer is done. Had a respectable season for a 40-plus-year-old. You also had Adam Ottavino retire, former Rocky. The legend Jesse Chavez is gone. He's citing his age, not his ability. I would think that the age is not a factor for Jesse Chavez. He keeps coming back. I think it was more so an ability thing than an age thing, but either way. Yu Darvish is also retiring at 39 years old. That's pretty crazy to think that it wasn't very long ago that I remember him making his major league debut, which is pretty nuts. Justin Verlander, same deal. I'm a Tigers fan. I live here in Michigan, and I remember the day that Justin Verlander was called up. I remember that 06 season like it was yesterday. And to see him retire here in 2025, even if in Pixel World, it's coming in real life, it's just crazy. Same thing here with Max Scherzer. See him in the Hall of Fame. You kind of figure that that's going to happen in real life too. But to see it in Pixel Land, it kind of hits you a little bit differently. So there's our staff, guys. Josh Billy, a lot of minuses in here, a lot of negatives happening there with our our coaching staff. So we got a lot of moves to make, guys. If you have not subscribed yet, please do so. Over 50% of you guys that watch these videos are in fact unsubscribed. So I'd really appreciate it if you went ahead and smack the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notifications if you enjoyed this video. If you're ready for more Rockies franchise down the line, make sure you guys do that so you never miss a single Rockies upload. So guys, next episode's a full off-season look, and then we'll get right into spring training here for season number 2 in 2026. Leave a like if you like this thing, guys. I'll see you in the next one. As always, thank you so much for watching, and peace.